1 year ago tonight, a small community in Columbiana County went to bed not knowing that what would come the next day would change their lives forever. Tonight, Neil Fisher spoke with residents of East Palestine about the emotions they feel 1 year after that destructive train derailment. He is live there tonight. Neil, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Russ. The train horn sounds behind me. They continue to roll through East Palestine, but residents here in East Palestine vividly remember the night the Norfolk Southern train derailed and burst into flames. 1 year later, some residents are just now moving back home.
It's been a mess. It's been a long year.
Residents of East Palestine remember the sights.
I watched the fire go underneath the train cars, catching other train cars on fire.
And sounds from February 3rd, 2023.
When it first happened, we were sitting in the living room and it sounded like a tractor trailer rolled over in front of the house there.
Residents unaware that toxic chemicals burned for hours.
I didn't realize it was that bad, honestly.
I didn't know how bad it was. Nobody did.
2 hours after the crash, Sean Hutton and his family were evacuated, told to get their belongings and leave.
We were out of our house for 11 months. I just got back into my house 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Hutton concerned for his 2 children, 3 and 7, as they return home nearly 1 year later.
I just didn't feel comfortable bringing them back in. So now we're back in there, and it's weird. It's a weird feeling.
Hutton isn't the only East Palestine resident with concerns. Debra Buck, who lives near the tracks, has her own.
I don't drink the water. I still buy bottled water. That's just personally me. You know, I just don't trust the water.
Now, 1 year later, the sights and sounds of the derailment remain with residents.
When I hear the train, I still get a little jumpy. I cringe every time I hear a train.
I don't see much change coming because I still see them flying through the tracks. My house is still shaking whenever they come through.
Sean and Debra did tell me that they did receive help after the train derailment, but they expect much more out of Norfolk Southern, especially for the younger generation, including Sean's 2 children. Reporting live in East Palestine, Neil Fisher, 3 News. Russ?
Neil, I want to tell folks at home there are not many reporters in Northeast Ohio who have spent more time in East Palestine than you. We're going to go back to Neil in just a few minutes for his insight and perspective into the past year there. Neil, thank you. We'll see you in just a bit.
We'll see you soon.
Of course, we'll have a lot more tomorrow on the actual 1 year mark of the derailment. Laura Queso has had a series of reports all week, and she's been preparing a wrap-up for us. Laura, what can you tell us?
Russ, I spent a lot of time talking with residents and officials of East Palestine, and what I found was very different. I spoke with a group of men at a diner in the village. They told me they aren't fearful for the future. They believe their village is safer now with all of the testing. And then some feel the exact opposite, scared for what's to come. Some won't touch the water, won't bathe in it, certainly won't drink it. And then others, they're just not sure, including the fire chief. However, he tells me he's been drinking that water and using it to make his morning coffee ever since the derailment. There are residents with many different opinions. Listen to this.
There were hundreds of thousands of gallons of chemicals spilled into our land, into our waterways, and then subsequently burned into our air. The type of benzene that was found breaks down into your body into amethylstyrene, which is a genotoxic carcinogen.
We still know that it's not right.
We don't know if it's safe for us living here. But we can't go nowhere.
Again, just some of the fears from those in and around East Palestine. As we've reported, tomorrow marks 1 year since that toxic train derailment, and we have full and extensive coverage of what's happening now and what's happening next tomorrow morning on Go.
Okay, Laura Queso, we'll look forward to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. We want to remind you that a variety of events will be taking place in Columbiana County tomorrow to commemorate the events of a year ago. The Main Street Theater in Columbiana will hold several speakers and forums from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And tomorrow night in East Palestine, the Unity Council will hold a Together in Unity gathering beginning at 7:30 at the McKim's Winery on East Taggart Street. The Unity Council is a community oversight board that's been helping residents deal with cleanup issues from the derailment. A reminder to you to stay with WKYC 3 News on air and online for complete coverage tomorrow. We begin at 5 a.m. with 3 News Go and throughout the day with live reports tomorrow night at 6 and 11.